everyone, Jennifer here, back with another edition of Movie Talk. And this week's movie is kind of part of a franchise that I've done review videos on before. And that movie is Ghostbusters Answer the Call. When New York City becomes overrun with ghosts, 4 women take up the call to trap them and save the city, just like the Ghostbusters of the past. Okay, highlights of the movie. This movie was made back in 2016 and is a supernatural comedy film. And it's a reboot of the original 1984 film, Ghostbusters. In fact, many of the original cast members actually have cameo or supporting roles within this movie. Now, it is, while not following the original Ghostbusters franchise, it is part of the Ghostbusters franchise. It's actually the 3rd movie in the franchise. The first being Ghostbusters, the second being Ghostbusters 2, the 4th being Ghostbusters Afterlife, and the 5th being Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which is the newest addition to the franchise. There were also 3 TV shows that came out of the original Ghostbusters movie. The Real Ghostbusters, Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, which kind of went hand in hand with each other. And then 7 years after the ending of Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters. Okay, things I liked about this movie. This was my first time watching it, so it really, you are getting first impressions of it, number 1. Number 2, I haven't really seen it enough to form an opinion. I know there are people out there who probably have very strong opinions of it. Does it follow the theme of Ghostbusters? Yes and no. It does and it doesn't. It does in the fact that they are fighting ghosts. They call themselves the Ghostbusters. They have proton packs. They have an echo containment unit. And they have a car that was created from a hearse that they call the Ecto-1. There are also a few tie-ins to the original movie. Now, that being said, are you going to miss anything from the other movies if you watch this one? I have not yet seen Afterlife or Frozen Empire, but I think this was kind of a standalone movie. It was a reboot, but I think this was kind of a standalone movie. It really doesn't have anything to do with what's going on within the Ghostbuster universe all that much. If you miss it, you're not really going to miss anything. But I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologize. But there were some things I liked about it. I did like the characters. They were very, very interesting characters. I do like how they had 3 doctors and someone who had nothing to do with the paranormal or any kind of doctorate degree, much like the original Ghostbusters. I also kind of liked how the roles were kind of reversed. You have, in the original Ghostbusters, you had the 4 guys who were out fighting the ghosts, and Janine was the secretary. Here, the roles are reversed. The secretary is a guy, and the 4 that go out and fight the ghosts are women, so I do like that. It's almost like tip of the hat to a degree to Kylie Griffin from Extreme Ghostbusters, who was the first female Ghostbuster like actual Ghostbuster. But we'll talk more about that when I do my TV Talk review on Extreme Ghostbusters. So I did like the characters. I liked how they had, while they weren't in their original capacity, like they weren't playing their original characters from the movie, they did have Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Sigourney Weaver, and two others whose names escape me, playing characters in this movie. They weren't reprising their roles, but they were in the movie for as maybe a background character or a supporting character to a degree. So I did like that. It's kind of like they're not here to mentor this new generation of Ghostbusters, much like Egon was in Extreme Ghostbusters, but we are going to have them in the movie because they were in the original movies, the original two movies. So I did like that. I did like the storyline to a degree. It was very, very Ghostbusters storyline. Some ancient paranormal evil arises, and the Ghostbusters have to basically figure out what it is and save the day and the city. Which is very similar. Again, I can't comment on Afterlife or Frozen Empire, although I'm sure it's very much along the same lines. Very reminiscent of the first two movies. And also very reminiscent of some of the episodes in the cartoon show, which is nice. But again, we'll talk more about the real Ghostbusters and Extreme Ghostbusters in TV Talk when I get to them. Okay, cast. This movie had a very good cast of actors. I only focused on the four Ghostbusters, their receptionist, and the mayor, and then the doctor, who was the person who they were kind of at odds with. Oops, and I forgot, I made a mistake on that one, so I do, on the thing, I was supposed to have Patty and Jillian separate, and I didn't do that, so I apologize. I will put their actresses in the comment section, or in the description section. I do apologize for that typo. Okay, feel free to check out my related Ghostbuster videos. And my other videos. Okay, feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Also, feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, or Wattpad, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have my name for those 3 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respective artists. I own absolutely nothing, and the links for any sites mentioned in this video will be in the description section. Okay, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that cannot be found on YouTube are on my Facebook page. Facebook friends. Basically the same deal. Any of my videos that cannot be found on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. And to anyone who's interested, you can feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic